Good morning, body campers. Wonderful to be with you today. It's Tabata Thursday. That means we're doing Tabatas. So the way that works is we'll have one exercise or two very similar exercises. We're going to do that exercise for 4 minutes in 20-second intervals. So we'll work for 20 seconds, rest for 10, work for 20 seconds, rest for 10, until we have 8 20-second sets of that exercise. Okay? If you need a little bit less of a challenge, then I encourage you to slow down and take the modification, go a little bit slower. If you need more of a challenge, then by all means, pick up the pace, go harder, go faster. All right? Our first drill today is going to be a curtsy lunge. We're going to do 20 seconds on one side and then 20 seconds on the other side. And I will give you modifications for it, okay? Let's get started in 3, 2, 1. All right, so here's your curtsy lunge. We're going to take one leg behind the other leg and out to the side and bring it back in like so. We're here. We bend that knee into 90 degrees back there. If you want to add a little challenge to this, then you can hold some weights while you do it. Rest for 10, and then we're going to the other side. What I'm going for is I'm trying to get the toes of the lunging leg directly in line with the heel of the other, okay? So you can be here. If you want more of a challenge, you can bring that knee up in between. We're keeping the shoulders stacked over the hips, trying not to lean forward. Rest for 10, and then we're going to the other side. I'm gonna maybe turn diagonally and see if you can kind of get an idea of what I mean. So we're here, and see how far out to the side I have that foot, that leg. I'm not going behind, I'm going beside. I'm taking that foot to the opposite side, rest for 10. And I'm going beside the other leg, the other foot. Go into the other side, and let's go. Shoulders stacked, again, directly over the hips. Add the knee if you like. Just a little bit more of a challenge. Rest for 10. We are halfway through these. Remember, to get that 90-degree bend, you have to get that heel off the floor. Look how far off the floor my heel is. It's almost directly in line with the toes. Try to keep that chest up, shoulders over hips. Rest for 10. Taking it to the other side. All right, let's go. Big breath. At the top, when you're bringing that knee in. And keep those hands up unless you're holding weights, right? We're not just gonna let them dangle and hang out like this. Rest for 10. One more round on each side. You're getting ready for it. Let's go. Here. Knee up if you can. That's totally optional. If you're just trying to work on that form, you can put that foot right back there. All right, last round with these guys. Ready? Here we go. 90-degree knee back there. Taking it way out to the side. Heel off the floor. Excellent. All right. Next drill, we're going to do halos. I often come combine this with a forward lunge. Today we're just gonna do the halo and work on that range of movement, right? So you're gonna need a dumbbell or something with some weight to it, right? You can totally use something from your pantry, a can of something, a bottle of something, a container of something. Laundry detergent's a good one because it has a little bit more weight to it. We're going to be taking it around the head like so. If you don't have anything at all, you really don't have an implement to use, then you're going to be doing, I would like for you to alternate between tricep dips and push-ups. Tricep dips for 20 seconds, rest for 10, and then push-ups for 20 seconds, okay? All right, we're gonna start it in 3, 2, 1. We're gonna go in one direction for 20 seconds, and then we'll take it in the other direction. So notice that I'm not moving my head. I am moving the weight around. I'm making the arms do the work of taking that weight around the head. Rest for 10, and we'll take it in the other direction. I'll move a little bit closer. So I went to the left previously, now I'm going to the right. Let's go. So the weight rests here. This is where we start, and then we take it around. Try not to hit yourself in the nose like I just did. Almost there. Rest for 10. So a common mistake that I see is like this holding out of the weight and coming back here. We want to rest it here. It comes back to the chest. We're behind the neck and here. So that when we're here, the elbows are all the way up. And when we're here, the elbows are all the way down. Rest for 10. And then we're going back the other direction. What does it look like from the side? Let's see. Ready? Let's go. Keeping the head neutral, not moving the head to make room. Making sure the arms do that work. Rest for 10. And then we're going back the other way. We are halfway through these. 2 more rounds on each side. Are we ready? Keep the pelvis tucked in, keep your athletic stance, right? My back is straight, pelvis tucked in, knees slightly bent. This is a strength building exercise. It's also a shoulder rehab exercise. So if you have shoulder mobility issues in your rotator cuff and whatnot, this is a great exercise. Don't forget to breathe. Yes, it's starting to get a little bit harder. Remember to come back to that chest with the weight. 1 more round on each side. 1 more round on each side. Ready? Here we go. Around. Head is staying neutral. If your ponytail's in the way, go around that ponytail. And don't forget to breathe. Rest for 10. Last one of these guys coming up. Shoulder blades down the back. Make sure you're not shrugging those shoulders up, okay? Let's go. Notice that my shoulders are still really nice and far away from my ears. We're almost there. Excellent. All right. Quick little break. And then we're gonna get our heart rate up a little bit. We're gonna do some swings, okay? If you have a kettlebell, Awesome. If you don't, use your dumbbell. Or, again, a bottle of laundry detergent is a really good substitute if you don't have any of those things. And then if you don't have any implement at all, you're still doing the movement with us. You're just gonna work on getting a little bit deeper into your squat and really thrusting those hips forward when you come up, okay? All right, we're gonna do 20 seconds on one side, 20 seconds on the other. We're getting started in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So when we swing, it's not a full deep squat unless you don't have an implement. But if you do, it's a squat about halfway down, keeping the chest up, thrusting the hips forward as you come up. Rest for 10, and then we're going to the other side. We'll go to the side, take a look at it. Ready? Let's go. I'm not picking this weight up. I am swinging it. There's momentum here. Keep the core tight. Squeeze those glutes at the top. Rest for 10. If you're trying to pick up your weight, it's not gonna work, right? Unless you have a very, very light weight. Make sure that you're swinging and not lifting. Keep the chest up. Rest for 10. Go into the other side. Make sure that we're not ending up down here to swing, okay? It's here. The chest is up. Push the hips back, and we'll stop at about parallel to the floor. Rest for 10. We are halfway through these. I'm holding my dumbbell hammer style. You can hold it like this if you want. Either way works just fine. Exhale at the top. Squeeze the glutes at the top. Rest for 10. This other arm, it's either out and engaged. Maybe the hand is on the hip. Maybe it's up here. Maybe it's holding another dumbbell. But it's not just hanging out and dangling like this, right? Put it to work. Rest for 10. One more round on each side. Ready? Let's go. Stopping right here. You can go all the way up if you want, but you're gonna get fewer reps in. Rest for 10. And I'd rather you get in some extra reps. Last round of these guys. Let's go. Exhale at the top. Thrust those hips forward. We're almost there. Very nice. Excellent work, y'all. Quick little break. If you need it, towel off, water. I'm gonna take a look at my notes. We're coming down to the mat. Next up, we have a skull crushers and a tri pump, right? So you'll need your weights for this if you have them. If you don't have any weights, of course, I'll encourage you to find something from around the house to use. But if you still don't have anything, then I would recommend you're gonna do dips or crab walks. Whatever tricep exercise you would like to implement, that's what you're gonna be doing, okay? Dips, crab walks. If you have a band, you can use your band. All right, guys, we're getting started with skull crushers in 3, 2, 1. So hips are up, which is optional. Sorry, guys. We bend and extend. Bend, straighten. Keep those elbows nice and narrow. Don't let them get too wide. Rest for 10. And then we're gonna have our tri-pump. So weights are here, elbows are at 90 degrees. I'm holding that bridge again, just to get in a little something extra. And we are breathing and pumping like pistons, right? So I'm not punching the sky. It's small and it's fast, it's quick. It's a quick movement. Rest for 10, and then we're going for the skull crushers. Bring those weights together, hips up, and here we go. I don't recommend crossing your weights like an X and then trying to hold on to them that way. The weight is very unevenly distributed when you do that. So inevitably, rest for 10. The stronger arm is going to take over, so that's why I put them together like this, side by side. Tri-pump, here we go. Breathe out. Stay with me. I know this one gets kind of hard right toward the end, but that's a good thing. Rest. We are halfway through these. So the reason we want to put our weights together instead of doing them like this, right, is that if they're together, you're more likely to keep your elbows narrow and closer to each other. You're gonna work the triceps a little bit harder that way than if you're way out here like this. Out here, you're gonna end up using a little bit more rest, a little bit more shoulder, a little bit more bicep. We wanna keep the elbows in tight. All right, hips up, and here we go. Breathe it out. Stay with me, don't give up. We're almost there. Remember, it's only 20 seconds, right? Rest for 10. We have one more round of each. Bring those weights together, hips up. Let's go. Bend, straighten. Bend, straighten. Fix those elbows to a certain point on the ceiling and leave them there. Rest for 10. And then we have our tri-pump. And this is our last round of these guys. Well, let's go. Make sure you're not letting your dumbbell bend your wrist back like this, right? Get up, curl your hand inward. Stay with me, we're almost there. Whew, that got hard, y'all. That got hard. Okay. Next up, we're standing down on the floor. We're gonna do our hamstring kickups, okay? On the floor, unless you have a chair. If you just wanna pull your chair out and do them on your chair, be my guest. I'm also gonna do a chest press with my hamstring kickup. I will probably do every other, because it does get to be a bit much. So we're gonna do 20 seconds on one side, 20 seconds on the other side. So we're on the back, Feet are on the floor. And we're going in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So we're here and back up. Flex that foot. Keep that leg up the entire time. Rest for 10. And then we'll go to the other side. Ready? Let's go. You don't have to do the weights. That's optional. I'm doing it because I have them here. You should feel the work of this exercise in the hamstrings of the stabilizing leg. The leg that's on the floor, right here, that's where you're going to feel the work. And here we go. Flex that foot at the top. Keep that leg as straight as possible. Rest for 10. Go on to the other side. Get that leg up there. Flex that foot. Let's go. There's a sweet spot for the stabilizing leg. Find that sweet spot. It won't feel right if you have it a little too close or a little too far away. Rest for 10. We are halfway through these. 2 more rounds on each side. Let's go. You'll notice that I'm also flexing the foot that's on the floor. You don't have to do that. You can put the foot flat on the floor, but you get a little bit more range of movement with that foot flexed. So you can get just ever so slightly higher with the heel on the floor instead of the entire foot. Rest for 10. We have, one more round of each. Getting ready for it. Let's go. If you're doing that chest press with me, make sure that your weights are over your chest, not your face, right? Last round of these guys. This is what I just did. Let's go. I think I did the same side twice. All right. Excellent work, everyone. So we have one drill left. It's everybody's favorite. We're going to do the rainbow side plank. Rainbow side plank. So we're going to be in side plank position. We're going to arc the top leg over the bottom leg. I'll give you modifications. No equipment necessary. All right, guys. Go ahead and get in position for your side plank, elbow directly under the shoulder, right? We're going in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So here's your side plank. Foot is behind. We arc it over to the other side. Modification if you need it. We're on the knee on the bottom leg. I'm going to be doing the modification. You do what's right for you. Flipping it around, going to the other side. I'm going to show you a couple of mods for the arc. Bring it up. Maybe this is too much for you, right? So bring it in and just make it a little smaller, okay? We're keeping that leg nice and straight. If that's still too much for you, you can just tap it forward and bring it back. And if that's still just not within your scope today, you're just gonna hold that side plank, okay? Just hold it. Well, let's go. So keep the leg straight. Bending the knee is really tempting. It makes it way easier, right? If you find that you're bending the knee, go for one of the modifications. Just maybe make your arc not quite so big. Alrighty, let's go. And be mindful not to drop the foot like this. It's nice and controlled. All right, we're halfway through these, 2 more rounds on each side. If you would like a little more challenge to this, which I can't imagine, it's pretty hard, but if you would like a little more challenge, flex the foot. It makes it at least 30% harder. All right, bring it back around. Remember, it's 20 seconds. You can do anything for that long, right? And because it's only 20 seconds, it's that much more important to start on time and to take it all the way to the end. If you have 10 seconds in between to get ready. If you're still spending the first 5 seconds of your set getting in position, then you're only getting that 15 seconds in. And that's okay. I mean, something is better than nothing. But the magic of the Tabata happens in that 20 seconds. We're almost there, you guys. This is our last 20 seconds of work right here. Last 20 seconds. This exercise is a really sneaky dog, actually, right? It targets the glutes, the gluteus minimus. So I'll show you very quickly, just a quick little stretch after this, if you want to see it. So to really stretch that guy that you just worked so hard, right here, cross the left ankle over the right knee to stretch the left side, reach inside the triangle, and just pull that in. Maybe you're here, maybe you're just holding it barely right here. Maybe that's enough of a stretch for you, but this will really stretch that area that we just worked, okay? Thank y'all so much for being with me today. It is a pleasure. I'll see you same time again tomorrow. Mwah.